This was by far and away the worst performance I have ever seen from Deontay Wilder in his whole career. I did say in my prediction video that if there's going to be an upset on this card, this fight is the most likely to produce it. Deontay Wilder against Joseph Parker. I always felt that Parker will be able to outbox Deontay Wilder for long stretches of the fight. There were some Wilder fans actually in the comment section of my prediction video acting like I was crazy for saying that Parker could outbox Wilder. I mean, they must have been doing the same ayahuasca that Wilder was doing. Because Wilder's never been a great boxer. Yeah, if he's fighting somebody who's a complete plodder, then Wilder might be able to outbox them. But when he's fighting a guy that's got some boxing acumen about them, that's got some, foot speed and hand speed and a little bit of slickness like Joseph Parker has, Wilder doesn't outbox people like that. Wilder was getting outboxed by Gerald Washington back in the days. So how people bought into this narrative that Wilder's suddenly going to be able to outbox Joseph Parker. There was some guy in the comments saying, Wilder's perfected the footwork. Malik Scott said. Yeah, Malik Scott also said that Deontay Wilder had better boxing skills than Muhammad Ali. And I'll talk more about Malik Scott as we go through this particular review because his corner work was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Now, I thought Wilder would probably get to Joseph Parker late and either take him out in about, 10 rounds or so, or score some knockdowns or maybe hurt Parker enough to get a decision on the cards. And that's another thing I said in my prediction video. Don't be surprised if this fight goes the distance. Remember I said that. But the thing that didn't manifest, which I predicted, was Deontay Wilder getting through eventually on Joseph Parker due to his ferocity. Deontay Wilder's ferocity completely abandoned him in this fight. Did Tyson Fury beat it all out of him? Was it the ayahuasca? Was it the fact that he's in a much happier place now and just, the age or whatever it is, not as hungry as he used to be? Maybe it's a combination of all those things. But Deontay Wilder just was not ferocious like he used to be at all in this fight. Wilder wasn't holding his feet and really trying to go for it until the 12th round. You're getting totally outboxed. You're losing every single round and you wait till the 12th to actually give it a go. And I have to blame, or at least partly blame, Malik Scott in the corner for Deontay Wilder's performance because he came up with the tactics and he wasn't telling Deontay that he was a mile behind. You see, Deontay Wilder is one of the most delusional fighters I have ever seen in my entire life. It is scary how delusional he is. And Malik Scott actually feeds Deontay's delusion, telling him all this stuff that he's the most dynamic fighter in the history of boxing and a better skill set than Muhammad Ali and all this rubbish that Deontay Wilder, because he's so delusional, actually believes. And so since Malik Scott plays to Deontay's ego and plays to his delusion all the time, and that's the mode that he's set in, during the fight, Malik Scott couldn't switch it up. He stayed in that mode, keeping Deontay Wilder as delusional as he is, not speaking the truth to him. Malik Scott is the absolute epitome of a yes man. He needed somebody in his corner, Deontay, to tell him, you are blowing this fight. You haven't won a round. You need to stick it on this guy. The hit and hop it stuff isn't working. You need to hold your feet and start throwing. And this is one thing I was going to explain to somebody in the comments of my prediction video, one of these Wilder fans. Wilder is 213 he was for this fight. Yeah, he can move around the ring at that weight, but there's a difference between being able to move and having good footwork. Yeah, you could take any old guy who's skinny from a running club or something and get him to run around the ring, and he'd probably do it for 12 rounds. But do you have the footwork to make it effective running around the ring, whereby you can stop on a dime, throw your right hand, left hook, you've got the balance and the dexterity and the little subtle foot movements to be able to actually box that way effectively. Deontay Wilder never had that. He was never going to be able to compete with Joseph Parker's footwork. I mean, I watched Deontay Wilder at the open workout and I was looking at his feet and it was comical. Look at his footwork at the open, crossing his feet all over the place, not plant. I mean, it's just awful. So there was no way he was going to outbox Joseph Parker. He always needed to plant his feet and start swinging, and he just didn't do it. The fire's not there. The game plan was terrible. Bunch of yes men in the corner. got totally outboxed. Wilder is so delusional, though, that after the fight, he said he thought he won. I mean, when the scorecards were being read out, Wilder had his hand raised. You gotta laugh. This guy's something else. So yeah, this was the fight that I thought had the highest chance of being an upset. And I also think it could go the distance, although I did pick Wilder late or on points. It went to points. There was no late surge from Wilder of any note. And Joseph Parker managed to secure the victory. Well deserved. Won pretty much every round, if not exactly every round. And he's now got victories over Andy Ruiz and Deontay Wilder. So Joseph Parker, and one thing I will mention as well, the inactivity. Now, I'm not saying that if Deontay Wilder had been more active, he would have beat Parker. But at this age in particular, 38, inactivity is just going to destroy you as a fighter. You need to stay active, especially a guy like Deontay who isn't very skilled. That's even more important to maintain the timing for that right hand. You have to stay active. 1 round in 2 years is no good. And this is one of the reasons I thought there was a decent chance of an upset in this fight, because of that inactivity and the age. So there you go. Deontay Wilder loses to Joseph Parker. And the Anthony Joshua fight, at least for now, is probably out the window. Because AJ's surely going to go on and fight Filip Hrgović for the vacant belt, or if it doesn't become vacant, fight the winner of Usyk versus Fury if they don't have a rematch. I mean, we'll see how that goes. So let me know what you guys thought about this one in the comment section below. Deontay Wilder getting turned over by Joseph Parker.
Are you sick and tired of the mainstream mindset? Does the dogmatic conformity and pathological ignorance have you tearing your hair out in frustration? Then don't be alone. Come and join our brotherhood on Patreon. We stand as a beacon of reason against an army of insanity. You'll gain access to my weekly topical podcast, where we take more deep dives than Jacques Cousteau on an endless variety of subjects. There's also videos, interviews, live Q&As, as well as a vast back catalogue of previous episodes, including my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You can listen via the Patreon app or download in high-quality MP3. Connect with myself and hundreds of other members in our Element chat group. There's no contract, no commitment, you can cancel at any time, and it's cheaper than a Mickey D's McMuffin. Just head to my Patreon page via the link below this video and select the tier called the Brotherhood of Reason. I'll see you over there.